What's up guys, it's Ashton here and welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video I'm going to be giving you my opinion on whether or not duos should be made a permanent mode in Apex Legends and whether or not we can expect to see duos come back to Apex Legends in the near future, which of course is a question I know a lot of you are dying to know the answer to. Now before we get into today's video, make sure you smash like and subscribe to the channel. Only a small portion of you who watch my videos are actually subscribed, so make sure you hit that sub button and join the ever growing channel. And without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now of course, with the duos limited time mode, similarly to the solos limited time mode, a lot of people are dying to know the question of will this be added back in as a permanent mode after the mode has finished. Now, unlike with solos mode, I feel like duos is slightly more ready to be implemented as a permanent mode into Apex Legends. However, there still may be a couple of problems or things that Respawn might want to address before adding duos in permanently. Now, unlike with the solos mode, teaming doesn't seem to be as big of a problem in the duos mode. In solos, you'd get 4 or 5 people who would often team up in the corner of the map, teaming together to get to the final 5, and then they would have a big fist fight or something fun, which of course is fun, but of course that does ruin the game for everyone else when you're a solo coming up against 5 to 6 teaming solos, and that can ruin the experience for everyone, which is I think why solos hasn't come back as a permanent mode. I think that was the main problem, so much so that Respawn actually had to add a report feature for teaming. Now, with duos, I haven't seen it at all. However, it is a possibility that teaming can still happen, and I've heard from other players and YouTubers that it has in fact been happening to them. So it might be something that Respawn do want to slightly look into. However, I feel like with every Battle Royale game there's always a chance of people teaming. So I feel like with duos where it hasn't happened as much, it won't be as big of a problem to Respawn. Another problem that Respawn had to take into consideration when choosing not to add in solos as a permanent game mode was of course the fact that there was constant third partying, which is always going to happen, as inherently when you're in a solos based mode, you're going to run towards the gunfire because you know that's where people are, and of course that leaves people weak and unable to finish fights, which inherently is quite frustrating to players where they can't take a fight without getting third partied. And this is quite similar in duos. I find every single fight you take, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get third partied, and of course with duos you're slightly in a stronger position because there is 2 of you and it is much more dealable and you are able to control it a hell of a lot more in duos. So I feel like this isn't such a problem in duos once again. However, you do have to take it into consideration that of course there is going to be some third partying in every game mode in Battle Royale, and I feel like it shouldn't be so much of a problem to stop a game mode coming in permanently or not. I feel like with duos it's definitely controllable and it's definitely something that they shouldn't let get in the way of adding it into the game permanently. Duos can also cater to those players that don't always have a full squad. Maybe they only have one friend and have to play with a random, and that of course can put you at a disadvantage in a squad scenario. So of course having duos in the game caters to those players, which may entice more players to actually play the game because they don't feel at such a disadvantage when they don't have a pre-made squad. And this is a definite pro for why duos should come back into the game, because if it gets more people playing, it keeps the game fresh, and that will make Respawn want to pump the game with more content if they have a larger player base. Ultimately, in my opinion, I can see duos coming back into the game permanently a lot sooner than solos. I'm not entirely sure how Respawn would tackle the issues with solos, but with duos I can definitely see it coming back in a lot sooner because it definitely feels more ready to be implemented into the game, because Legends of course complement other Legends with some of their abilities, like Lifeline for example, whose reviving ability was completely useless in solos. So I feel like with duos it of course adds that little bit extra of usage to those Legends which have team-based abilities, and of course with elements like third partying, like as I said, it's much more controllable and you don't get as much teaming, so it definitely seems more ready to be implemented into the game. I for one would love to see duos implemented back into the game. I've had a hell of a time playing with a lot of my friends on duos. It makes it a much easier time when you don't have to deal with a random third if you don't have a full squad. You can just have a great time with your friend, killing everyone, getting high kill games, having absolutely no cares in the world. It's a great time, and personally I would love to see it implemented back into the game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think duos will be implemented back into the game? Would you like to see it, or do you think there's some problems with duos? Let me know in the comments below. Before that being said guys, that is my opinion on the new duos mode. And before the video ends, I do want to talk very quickly to you guys about what is coming up on this channel content wise now. Of course, I'm very much enjoying making the leak videos about new content and events coming out. those are doing extremely well on my channel, and I'm really enjoying the support you guys are giving me from those videos. I'm also struggling slightly for new information on that. I've talked a lot about the upcoming content coming to the game, and there's not so much I can talk about until new content is leaked. So until then guys, I was wondering, would you like to see me stream some more? I'm in some great form right now. I'm hitting 20 bombs quite regularly and I'm playing really well, so maybe I was wondering if you'd like to watch some streaming, or if you'd more like some more content like this where I talk about my opinions on the game. I can definitely hit you up with some of that. Or of course, alternatively, I can also drop some gameplay videos on top of the streaming, which is a lot easier as I can just drop stream highlights, so that's also an option. Make sure you let me know in the comments below what kind of content you want to see from the channel. But until then guys, I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Help us hit 200 before the end of the year. And until next time guys, take it easy. Goodbye.